Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on the morning of Thursday, March 25th, 2021. And I wanted to do an open letter to you Americans. I should say close-minded Americans, for the following reasons. We're in the middle of a pandemic, number one. And your government is as inept as it can be. Never did a mitigation. Oh, the vaccines will hold us. Yeah, it sounds like the Greeks and their phalanx. Yeah, we'll sit here and wait for them to come to us. Yeah. That's how you Americans are. I can think of the Greeks there and the Persians coming in and trying to squish them in there, and then they forget that they're pushing back, and they can't get to their sides, and their sides are, as soon as they get out of that defensive position that they're in, where they can move out, their sides are coming out and outflanking the Persians. And that's what the virus is doing to you Americans. And your inept government is not doing a thing about it. Well, that's number one. Number two, your immigration issue. Now President Biden doesn't want to do anything about it. He's appointed Kamala Harris. Excuse me. That's not a degradation to Mrs. Harris or Miss Harris, not even to her first gentleman, but it is because there's only one way of doing this and getting your stuff cleared. And Miss Harris, for you, I put this on there. Number one, do a declaration that says, please, from this time forward, do not come to our borders. We won't take you in, period. And for the next 90 days, our embassies worldwide will not take you in either. Okay? You have to do this. Number two, for the illegal aliens already here, please report to the ICE office within the next 90 days so that we can give you an ID number. Just like our social security number for our citizens here. We have to know who you are, and there'll be no repercussions or arrest for you. You just tell us where you are. If you're working, then you can present that ID to the employer, and the employer will have no repercussions as long as he gets that ID and pays the corresponding wage that a resident alien would here. And we do this until the adjudication of your case, one way or the other, by the courts, gets done. That'll allow us to know how many illegal aliens we all really have here in the United States. And depending on the adjudication of your case, whether you go back home or you stay here. If you stay here, we'll offer you a resident alien status for 9 years, to be determined after 9 years. If you want to become a second-class naturalized American citizen, which is a second-class citizen, by the way, or stay a resident alien. I would rather stay a resident alien. But we will give you the right to vote. There you go, because you are permanently here. As long as you're permanently in the United States, you do not send money home, and you do not go home. You decided to reside here permanently. And this is what you have to do, Vice President Harris. You have been put in this position because of your neglect over the last 70 years about this issue. Number three, your pigmentation issue and factions. Ms. Harris, you being a double pigmentation issue here, know what I mean. There's only one race on this nation and planet, the human race. And you have to give up a lot and hope that what you get in return outweighs what you give up. And you have to set a certain parameter to this. This you have to discuss with President Biden, because he has to put his pants on this. And he's not putting his pants. He's still wearing his boxers. This is your favorite alien and Bubba saying, if you don't get all these three items down, you're heading towards a certain abyss. You got to get rid of hatred. You got to get rid of bigotry. You got to get rid of your way of doing business. Your system cannot sustain this business with this virus. Your society is not meant for this virus and cannot sustain itself. You finding that out. How many more of these so-called stimulus package are you going to send out? For $1.9 trillion is a waste. It'll save you for about 3, maybe 6 months at the most on the businesses. For individuals, maybe a month and a half, and then you're back to square one. Is that what you want, Americans, really? And this thing about being liberal and conservative, close-minded, that's what you are, close-minded. Every American here is a liberal and a conservative and a centrist. Okay? Each issue that you approach, you have to do it a way. You can't do it by, I'm always a centrist, or I'm always a leftist, or I'm always a rightist. No. Until you learn that, you've got no place to go but the abyss. This is your favorite alien, and Bubba. Good day.